Hi everyone! This week I wanted to make a super arty film with time lapses of clouds going by and a slideshow of beautiful photos I'd taken and some maybe super impressive slow-mo footage. Why yes, I have got a brand new camera and I am very excited about all the cool things it can do. But as per usual for me, I then got distracted by other ideas and other things, and I just never got around to doing any of them. This habit of mine of coming up with a really good idea for something, whether it's a video or a project I want to do or a trip I want to take, and getting super duper excited about it and then being distracted by something completely different and never actually doing any of the things, is one of my worst habits. And realizing that made me think about a few of my other bad habits, and I thought I should probably make a video about that before I get distracted by something else. I am really looking forward to sitting down and reading a few chapters of this book. A shiny thing! Now, when anybody asks me what my worst habit is, I always say the same thing: putting myself down. I am serious. I do it constantly. Oh my god, I just completely misspelled that word. Stupid fat fingers. God, I haven't got a single question right. I'm normally good at this show. I am so thick. Oh, I love this t-shirt. I don't know if it still fits though. I mean, what with me being so fat. I even refer to putting my makeup on in the morning as de-uglying. And even though I use that phrase, I then sometimes look at myself in the mirror and think, why'd you call it de-uglying? You're still ugly. I think this habit of putting myself down definitely stands as some kind of hangover from having been really badly bullied at school, as well as a couple of other experiences in my life that have made me super duper critical of myself. But it's not a good habit to have. And almost as bad as the habit of putting myself down is my own compulsion to then start worrying that I'm doing it too much and anybody around me is probably getting really annoyed by the fact that I'm constantly going, oh, I can't wear that, I look too fat, or oh, I look really rubbish today, or oh, I'm so dumb. And that maybe they're just all gonna get sick of me and leave. Which leads me to my other worst habit, which is overthinking. I sent that text over an hour ago and they still haven't replied. Maybe they've decided they hate me. I'm pretty sure I've already made a video about my habit of overthinking, so I'm not going to go on about it too much now, but suffice to say, I do overanalyze every single thing in my life. And I tend to catastrophize a lot as a result of that too, and neither of those things makes for a happy headspace. Much like the beautiful South once sang, I also keep it all in. Which means that if somebody has hurt my feelings, or if somebody has a habit that really, really irritates me, I'm quite unlikely to actually ever say anything to that person, because I'm always worried that if I say something, I'm gonna upset someone, and I don't want to upset anyone. So instead, I just, let things bubble up inside and ruin my life. Also, the times when I actually have said, when you did that, you really hurt my feelings, or can you please not do X, Y, or Z because it's driving me up the wall. It's either led to an argument or it's just made me feel guilty because I might have made that person feel a bit bad, even if they made me feel bad in the first place. So as a result of all that, I just tend to, and that's a bad habit too. But not all of my bad habits are misery-inducing psychological traits. Honest! For many, many years, one of my absolute worst habits was biting my nails. I would bite them so low they would bleed. None of them had white tips, and when I was about 11, my nan, who had lovely nails and used to wear this pearlescent pink nail polish that I really loved the smell of, and I'd watch her paint her nails all like, oh, I wish I could do that. She said to me, if you can stop biting your nails and you grow them so that nail polish would look nice on them, I will buy you a bottle of the same stuff that I use and you can paint your nails just like I do. I was so excited by that thought because I just always thought my nan's nails looked lovely, but could I stop biting them? No. I went through every disgusting tasting nail varnish that you paint on and then you go, ugh! But I would just either acclimatise to the taste or I would just wash it off and then have a good old nibble. I went through everything I could think of, sitting on my hands, folding my arms all tight, just anything I could think of to stop me biting my nails. None of it worked. I just couldn't stop biting. Started to get older, you're talking probably my late teens, I started to get really self-conscious about how gross my chewed nails really did look. And I became absolutely determined that I was not going to bite them anymore. The trouble is, years and years of nibbling on them had left them super duper weak, so even if I didn't bite them for like 3 weeks and they actually started to grow quite nicely, they'd snap really easily, and then I'd feel really gutted and like just bite them all off anyway, because what's the point in having 9 nice fingernails and 1 rubbish broken one? So then I started using nail strengthener and that helped a little bit, but that led to an issue that I still have and is still one of my grossest habits. You see, as I started using clear nail strengthener, I discovered that if I was wearing nail varnish on my nails, I was a lot less likely to bite them because they looked nicer. I mean, they were relatively well dressed, even though they were short and stubby. And that led to me starting to buy lots of nail varnish, which is something I'd never done because I just never had nice nails. So I would paint them a different colour every day to go with whatever outfit I was wearing, and that was really lovely. But then I discovered this horrible habit because rather than bite my nails, I became kind of obsessive with nibbling or peeling off said nail varnish. And yes, I still do this now and it's horrible and awful. I don't know why I do it. Sometimes I will literally paint my nails and an hour later I'm like biting the nail varnish off because I'm wired wrong. Something is very wrong with my brain. Most of the time though, I will paint them and keep them looking nice all day, and then in the evening I'm like, right, I'm going to paint over the top of this colour rather than pick it off. But I'll look down and one of my nails will have chipped. And just like if I broke one of my nails when I was desperately trying to grow them, I'd nibble all the other ones short to match. If one of my nails gets chipped, my brain goes, you may as well ruin all of them then. And then I nibble all the nail varnish off or peel it all off. And yes, I do always try to do that when I have a tissue to hand, but sometimes I have been known to just absent-mindedly not be thinking about what I'm doing and just, flick it. Like I said, I'm gross and terrible. You may all judge me. Look, we've all got bad habits. I know I've got loads I haven't even mentioned yet. Like, the fact that I blow my nose so loudly it's like there is a literal elephant in the room. Also the fact that I'm obsessed with how much I drink every day, which means I end up needing to pee every 5 minutes. Not good if you're on a road trip or a day out somewhere. And of course there's the fact that I am incredibly clumsy and heavy-footed and just generally therefore very loud. Sorry. But I bet you have bad habits too. Yes, even you. So I want you to join in with my shame and let me know what they are in the comments. Let's, comfort each other on how gross we all are. Before I end this video, I just want to do a little shout out because it's going live on Mother's Day and my mum is an absolute ledge. So if you're watching this, Mum, love you. It's also my parents' 40th wedding anniversary today, so just, yay for that as well. But I'm filming this a week before, so I'd best go and get it edited so that I'm not doing any work on that day and I can spend all the day with my lovely mum and my lovely dad. So I will end this here. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. You can click on my floaty head if you'd like to subscribe, and last week's video is over there. Have a good day, everybody, and if you are in the UK and celebrating Mother's Day, enjoy. Speak to you next week. Bye!